The device tells them they've burned 4,000 calories that day. No, you haven't. You just haven't. Okay, so what I've got to say today is potentially not a massively popular opinion amongst personal trainers, and it's going to come across maybe as a bit strange from a personal trainer saying it. But exercise isn't always the best route to fat loss. If you want to achieve fat loss, then doing more Pilates, doing more yoga, doing more resistance training, even something that I massively advocate. It's not about doing more of those things. It's not about doing more planned exercise. Now, don't get me wrong, sure, it helps, but it doesn't cause fat loss if you don't address calorie balance, if you don't address calories in, calories out. Now, the whole calorie deficit thing is absolutely 100% true, but it's been beaten about so much, and it's now kind of so widely accepted that it's not particularly helpful going, oh yeah, just get in a calorie deficit. Potentially something that I've been guilty of saying to people on the internet, and dressing it up as this simple thing, which it is. It's a simple thing, but being simple doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy. And so my clients will know that when you sign up for coaching, you get a more detailed explanation of things, you get a more detailed look into habits, lifestyle eating, making sure that you have an environment that suits diet. But the point of this video is to get across the fact that if you think that doing more and more exercise, or doing 2 HIIT classes a week, or doing a couple of Pilates sessions a week is going to be the thing that helps you to lose weight and tone up, then you're mistaken. You have to get control of the diet. You have to address calories in, calories out in order to lose body fat. Now, like I said, exercise is a really good tool to use in order to address the whole calories out side of things. Fantastic. But it is massively overplayed. Like, you do not burn as many calories as you think you do in a yoga session, in a HIIT session, even like a resistance training session where it has its place. Like, there are so many benefits to doing resistance training. There are so many benefits to going for a run. There are so many benefits to doing a Pilates or a yoga class. But calorie burn is not one of them. And it's akin to buying an iPhone and only using it as a calculator. That's the same as doing exercise just for calorie burn. It's the same thing. There are so many things that you can do with an iPhone, just like there are so many benefits to exercise, and only thinking about it as a calorie burn thing is completely ridiculous. Probably a trap that I've fallen into in the past. In fact, definitely a trap that I've fallen into in the past. It's a trap that people fall into when they look at their Apple Watches or Fitbits or whatever wearable device they have, and the device tells them they've burned 4,000 calories that day. No, you haven't. You just haven't. And if the problem with that comes when, like, if you believe that device has told you you've burned 4,000 calories, so you want to be in a typical maybe a 500 to 1,000 calorie deficit a day. That's a big calorie deficit. That's a huge. It's a really good way of losing weight, getting into that bigger calorie deficit. So you think, well, I've burned 4,000. Well, I can eat 3,000 calories and I'll be losing weight. No, you won't, because you haven't actually burned that 4,000 calories, because devices massively overestimate how many calories you burn when you do these exercise sessions. And it's because of that, it's kind of become into the like mainstream psyche that, you know, exercise is about burning calories. Yes, you burn calories when you do exercise, but nowhere near as like literally so far away from how many calories you think you burn. You know, you'd be lucky to burn like 200 calories in an hour's worth of resistance training, 200, 300 calories. Whereas like if I track mine on my Apple Watch, it will tell me I've burned like 600, 700 calories. That's double what I've actually burned. And it's a problem because people believe those things. But yes, the main message of this video really, and I've gone off on a bit of a rant probably, but it's to make sure that we all understand that it's the nutrition side of things. It's the general daily activity, so step count, all of the stuff that happens in 16 hours of your waking life per day. Concentrate on the stuff that happens in the 15 hours of general stuff in the day, like eating, like walking to your car, like going and doing the shopping. All of those little bits, those little like 1,000 steps here, 1,000 steps there, they all add up to so much more than the hour session that you spend in the gym doing Pilates or yoga or HIIT class or whatever. The amount of calories you burn in that 15 hours is so much more than the calories you're going to burn in that 1 hour. Focus on the 15 hours rather than the one of exercise. And like I said, do not get me wrong, this is not a video against exercise. Exercise is fantastic. There are so many benefits: coordination, mobility, flexibility, strength, joint health, prevention of risk of osteoarthritis. The list goes on. Mental health. I've recently put a post up on how exercise has a significant antidepressant effect. It makes you happy doing exercise, which is fine, but do it for that. Don't do it to burn 300 calories in an hour session and then think that you can, you know, have all the pizza just because you did an exercise session. It's a waste of time. If your goal is fat loss, you focus on the 15 hours during the day, not the one. You focus on your nutrition, not your exercise.